honorable sisters, brothers, and friends, I was really, I guess, touching the raw nerves of criminally insane homo hoovers, because I was telling it like it is, that as long as I make a mistake, and maybe that might degrade me, it doesn't make me look good, it's printed, but I corrected a mistake of theirs that was really bad. It made me look bad. It made the person I was referring to look real bad. But I was on this Wikipedia, it was going through until I noticed that mistake and then corrected them. Now they won't publish the complete article. They say they're patrolling my article. And I was giving that true fact now on this YouTube, and when I got pushed to shove and was getting direct blunts that they are criminally insane, homo hooverists, violating my rights and your rights. It isn't just me. Thousands. I bet you if they wrote in to me or somebody about what legitimate complaints they have, you get 1,000 easily. Heck, there's 10 murders a night here in this LA area, which is about 40 miles from where I reside. You see, I was an ideas man, and it was my idea that in Research Army Navy Development, RAND, they have a think tank, PhDs, etc., because I'm DocSeek PhD company, of ideas. So there's this RAND, and that's what RAND stands for. You understand? Now, if they don't shut this down again, I'm going to get credit for that laser beam. Light application stimuli electromagnetic radiation is my original work. I gave it the name, and the first thing I did was to say this is how we can use it for sightless people, to help sightless people. I have done more good in more fields than any man in the history of the United States. The light bulb by Thomas Edison, in my opinion, is more important because of what it has done and continues to do for people than the laser beam. But the laser beam brought in what I put in forward, the science of optical pumping. This futuristic multi-purpose coherent beam, which is more scientific and more complex and futuristically more in obtaining answers to this complex dynamic universe. Isn't that correct? So maybe Wikipedia, that might be based in London, England, and their secret police work with their criminally insane homo hoover and the crimes against my father's family and me and my family. So maybe it's we have parted if they don't print that. And then for us, well, maybe I should have a daily informal presentation like now. And I'll do it chronologically, but I may have to fast forward on something that's current. And right now what's current is my exposing S. Hawking. Because when I went to Dublin, Ireland, to the Irish Royal Academy of Science, the main reason I went there was because Schrodinger got out of Nazi Germany and was the lead research and scientist at the Irish Royal Academy of Science. And I studied his work, and from his work I put forth string theory. You can put this on a voice stress analyzer. I'll take a polygraph, lie detector test. Absolute true fact. Now, the British got this fella that they told me he was going to die in 2 weeks. And then he would come right by my office and go back to England. Well, he lived. Bless you. S. Hawkins, I hope you lived 2 months at least, not 2 weeks. And then, well, he lived 2 months, 2 years. He lived 2 years, 20 years, 100. Double your money in honors. But when he said that there is no God, and that those who believe that there's heaven, eternity, that's a myth. And we believe this myth because we are afraid of the dark. I'm quoting that fella from Wikipedia, verbatim. Now, just a minute, Hawkins. You are a manufactured genius. There is, and they can research and get the actual international video that was shown in the U.S. I've seen it about 3 times, and various questions now when he's not having an interpreter and off guard, so to speak. He said he didn't really, about science, yeah, okay, he did that, he's making money, but that isn't his main interest. His main interest, especially now, he's got money, is to go with this girl that he wants to be with. That I guess they found him after 2 weeks, or he came back. And that's what he wants to do. Hey, you're going against the British power that want you, a British, to be the best. You see, so it is my opinion that they forced the continuation of their wheelchair routine. Because he'd go right by my office, come right by the office again, and voila, he wrote a book about string theory. I had put forward string theory years before. Now, this, of course, would shake the foundations of the British secret system of having one of theirs the best. So I can't get that, I guess, completed on Wikipedia. This is my second time. It said all of a sudden it went dark. There's something occurred. I had to start over again. Well, I demand my constitutional rights, my Bill of Rights, the honors and reasonable compensation, because I really could use the finances to help me as far as my back injuries, etc. If I go to an airport, I have to use a wheelchair. If I try to now walk to where I exercise, I have to stop and rest. But I have never made excuses. I said, how could I, that's what they want. Maybe I try to criticize this S. Hawking in a wheelchair. What a bad person I am. You can have double the money, double the honors. Yeah. But when you now say that people like me who believe and preach that, and I have proof that you can see on videos and right now, that Christ, this is just one of the many divine miracle proofs I put on. There's at least 40. And that was instantaneously and simultaneously, Christ granted sight to 2 men. Instantaneously and simultaneously. The power, the divine power needed to have one man to instantaneously be granted sight, it's got to be a divine miracle to have 2 men. Now, my main interest when I main interest was science. Now I'm a retired scientist and inventor. Is light, its velocity and properties. Now, the power needed to grant one person sight has to be divine power. Two men, instantaneously and simultaneously, manufactured world, like what you say has to be, although he keeps saying he loses bets on issues of science. What I put was S. Hawking, take one more bet. A one-on-one gentleman's agreement between you and I as to, in science, the string theory, and as far as theology, that you say believers, if they believe in salvation, they believe in myth because they're scared of the dark. Now, don't hide on me and, disappear in the dark. Accept my gentleman's challenge, and it ought to be at least interesting to believers and those, of course, who know I'm telling the truth. Thank you.